Take a quick look at this kit. Tell me if you can spot the difference. Well, if you haven't noticed it yet, this is not the original ratchet that comes with the 2.0 meme kit. This is the original bit driver ratchet with the original 1/4-inch square adapter that they have for it. This works perfectly for turning the 1/4-inch sockets that we've got here. But it also has the bonus of coming with the original extender that has the cutaway that allows you to use it as both a T handle and as an extension. Problem with that is that you're going to have to gut one of the original meme tools and kind of scatter its parts throughout this one. Well, that leaves you with a little bit of extra, and is it really worth the waste? Well, there's a few things that you can do to kind of make things a little bit more useful. What I ended up doing was going in when the ratchets were 40% off, and I got 2 of the 1/4-inch G1 ratchets. I got the soft handles because they are the exact same price as the hard handles, and with what I planned on doing with these, it just gave me the extra handles for free. So if you'll notice, I'd gotten 2 of the 1/4-inch ratchets. The original G1s take a Tecton small head 3/8 adapter kit, so this one I've now adapted over into 3/8. The other one I kept at 1/4-inch and just made a stubby out of it. Part of the reason that I got the soft handles was so that I could take the handle off and have that perfect little collar down there. It's the perfect reference for cutting off the handle, and it just gives you a good swell whenever you're using it as a stubby. Well, I took that extra handle, completely packed it with JB Weld all the way through, ran a long deck screw in the center just as a little bit of support all the way up into the bottom of this handle, and now I've made something more useful out of the ratchet that originally came with this. It's definitely a lot stronger back drag, it's a clunkier ratchet, and it's lighter duty, but the head size difference is noticeable. The length is almost exactly the length that you're going to get from the original at significantly less weight with a locking flex and a thumb wheel. It's definitely not the best ratchet, especially in 1/4-inch drive for everything, but it gives that tool more versatility than it would have originally had in this kit. If you notice too, there's one other thing that you can do. The original kit comes with just a regular hex end extender. Now this never made sense to me. Without having a pass-through head on the ratchet inside this kit, without having that cut off, this didn't really add anything. You could simply use the 1/4-inch square drive extenders and have a much sturdier lockup whenever you're using the bit drivers for an extension, because it uses 1/4-inch square to 1/4-inch hex adapter. So this never really made a ton of sense to me. But what I planned on doing with these to begin with, I only left this intact to kind of give you the size comparison, is this is also going to become a stubby ratchet. I didn't really need these ratchets. I just thought it would be nice to try something and see if I could cheaply make some decent little flex stubbies. So when I do end up cutting this handle off, I'll have an extra handle. This slides all the way down. If I do the exact same thing, filling the handle with JB Weld, packing this in here, I then end up with what is going to effectively be a mini hex driver that I find honestly more useful than this handle with the hex adapter as a bit driver, especially on some of these smaller bits. Now, what you can do with that is then gut one of the original cases. Now, I've messed around on this one. I ended up cutting it all up, just trying a few different things, seeing if I could remove any of the molded in bit holders. Wouldn't recommend it, doesn't work well. But what you can do is fit this handle with this adapter nestled into it in the length if you cut out that support that holds the extender in the original kit. As long as you kept the actual bit holders inside of it and weren't an idiot and cut it out like I was, all of a sudden, instead of having an extra gutted meme tool kit, you have the same set of bits with just a driver. So instead of having a ratcheting driver, it's basically just a pocket screwdriver kit. Is that necessary? Is it the most useful thing in the world? I don't know, but it does sort of allow you to have yet another useful tool and minimize the waste from making some of these custom tools. Really, between having this set, and 2 of the Gen 1 flex head 1/4 inch ratchets, I've been able to have basically just the 2 pieces of handle stock be the only waste in this entire process. So, food for thought, just something to consider. But it gives you an awful lot of opportunity, and if you're just impulse buying things on sales, like I know I am, and I know a lot of other people are, and it gives you something to play around with in your garage on a Sunday. So that's pretty much it for this video. You like what you're seeing, like, subscribe, do what you got to do. I'll see y'all in the next